Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Lily and I'm going to show you how I make a delicious fried egg. I put in just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. You can even use butter if you have a pan that will not stick. This is a good pan, but if I don't use this grease or oil, it'll still stick. Bust your egg. Leave it alone. You don't want it on high, because if you put it on high, it's going to burn up before the yolk can cook. But you want it hot enough to be sizzling. Put you on however much salt you want. I like a lot of pepper, so I'm going to douse it on there. I like to put a little bit of oil on it, like sling it around, take your spatula and sling it around a little bit. Then I pick the pan up and I just wiggle it just a little bit. Don't sling it all over yourself. Cut your burner down a little bit. Gonna check and see if the bottom's cooked good. Give it just a few more seconds. Now, if I was making sunny side up eggs, it would be almost done. You just have to throw a little more grease over the top. But we're going to do this one as a fried egg for a sandwich. Take it, flip it over, mash your yolk out so it'll go ahead and cook. That's pretty. Yum. I know people that when we do like cheeseburgers with egg on them, they like for the yolk to be runny, and when they take a bite, the yolk runs all down the bun and the burger. It's really good, and it's healthy. Eggs are good for you. Let that cook for a few seconds. I mean, this is the fastest meal that I know of. I mean, you just literally put in some kind of oil, butter, grease, whatever you want to use, and don't put a lot if you're only frying an egg. You know, or even if you're doing sunny side up eggs, just put a little bit of your oil. Too much oil will make the egg soggy, and it'll burn it up real fast too. Basically just want a lubricant for the pan. Gonna mash it a little bit. I'm gonna add on some more pepper because I love pepper. This one is done. I'm going to put it right here. Now, because I don't like all that oil on it, I will flip it over and like take the paper towel and like dab it a little bit and try to get that oil off of there. Some people don't mind it. Take your cheese and go ahead and apply it while it's hot so the cheese will melt. Now, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so please forgive me. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, we're going to put our cheese on it. And she's ready. Let that sit there and just melt. Now for our next egg. Now this one, go ahead and get my pan lubed back up a little bit. Let that oil spread around. I'm going to add just a little bit more of this olive oil. I'm not going to put a lot because, like I said, you don't want it with a whole bunch. You just want enough to lube the pan up. I know I keep saying lube the pan, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut my burner up so it'll heat up quicker because I'm doing a video. It don't take this oil no time to get hot, so always supervise anything you're cooking. Never leave a pan or pot unattended. There have been so many fires, so many burn victims due to cooking with grease. And it doesn't matter if it's olive oil, if it's virgin olive oil, if it's canola oil, vegetable oil, lard, butter, does not matter. It gets hot, it will burn you. And another thing, I always leave my handles, when I know people are here, I'll turn my handles towards the stove. That way nobody runs into the pan and bumps into it, or a dog doesn't jump up there and knock it down. All right, I'm gonna cut this back down a little bit. Being it's starting to get hot and smoke a little bit. There we go. You see how it's moving? It's ready. I'm gonna take this egg. I love that sound. And by using this virgin oil or canola oil, it keeps the pan from sticking. I cannot stand a pan that sticks. That's like my biggest pet peeve, is having a pan with stuff stuck all over it. Because that's one thing. Your food will get so yucky if there's food sticking all to the bottom. But you get a nice clean look too, when it's not stuck everywhere. You just leave it alone, just like rice. Once you put your rice in, stir it a little bit, you leave it alone till it's ready. Now I do occasionally fluff my rice, like maybe 1 or 2 times, but that's it. But my grandma didn't. Once she put the rice in that pot and she put the lid on it, nobody touched it until it was done. Okay, that one's ready to flip. I'm gonna grab her, flip her over. Now it'll be done with literally like within the minute, so you have to watch it. Eggs cook pretty quick, unless you got it like on low. And of course it ain't, but see, this is already, yeah, it's already done. Okay, there's that one. Now I'm gonna do the scrambled one next. Hold that thought. Okay, I've grabbed my eggs. What I'm gonna do, I like to put milk, not much, just a little bit. I like to add just a little bit of milk. For me, it like makes them fluffier. Scramble them up. I know everybody beats different. Some people stir, some people beat. Normally I have the bowl in my hand, so I normally can tilt the bowl and beat it. Alright. Now what's cool about this is a lot of people who are just starting out cooking, or had just left like mom and dad's home and they don't know how to cook much. You know, like you get your new place and you don't really know how to cook much. Let me tell you something cool. You can take this egg batter, get you some bread, get a little bit of cinnamon. I mean just a little bit of cinnamon sugar. Pour that cinnamon sugar in that egg, mix it up. You don't even have to put cinnamon sugar in it. That's just what I like to do. Take a piece of bread out, dip it in that egg on both sides, put it in your frying pan, fry it up. That's French toast. That is basically French toast, y'all, for real. And it's delicious. If you never tried it, try it. You can put your butter in a pan, or you can use a little bit of oil. I use oil. But I mean, if I ain't got oil, then I'll use butter. You know, whatever. And I dip the bread, both sides in the egg, throw it in the pan. Flip it over, take it out. You don't want it soggy, but you don't want it burnt either. Okay, let me pour a little bit of my grease out because I'm about to scramble these. I didn't realize how many friends I had on Facebook who loved the egg videos I was showing a while back. And the one guy was like, he was saying that he had never, sorry I'm doing everything one-handed, y'all. He was saying that he never learned how to do eggs. And I mean, it was just amazing that my one video helped him so much. Okay, we're gonna pour. You can tell I'm not a good YouTuber. I'm doing everything with a laptop or a phone. You want to turn that down because you don't want scrambled eggs to burn. They are nasty when they're burned. And you don't have to scramble them the whole time. Sometimes you need to let them sit for like 4 or 5 seconds and build up a little bit. If you constantly scramble like that, you could actually make them runny looking and mushy. And you don't want them mushy. You just want scrambled eggs. Like you see, restaurants, you can make them right here at home. Look there, look how beautiful. Then I just roll them over. I chop them up a little bit. I mean, I'm no Gordon Ramsay, but I'm gonna tell you what, when you grow up poor, like I did, you have to learn how to make cheap meals to feed a family. And when you work as much as we did and do, you have to do fast meals. But you can take like 10 eggs, especially the big brown eggs. You can scramble like 10 of those and feed a family, like a family of 4. Look, they're already done. Perfect. There. Let me get some of my junk out the way. Sorry. Put my milk back up. I got so much stuff in my fridge. Yeah, my fridge alerts you if you leave the door open. It's like, close the door, butthole. Now, some people like to take corned beef hash, open it up, pour it in the pan, heat it up real good, and mix it in with scrambled eggs. You can mix it in with the fried eggs. Doesn't matter. It's good with boiled eggs. Corned beef hash is a good meal, and fast too. Make sure you always cut your stove off. Now we got our bologna, cheese, and fried egg sandwiches over here. We got our scrambled eggs over here, and I mean, it wouldn't have took no time to dip that bread in the egg and make French toast. There's so many things you can do with eggs. And I mean, they're good, you know. Get my eggies out right here. Look how fluffy. I'm sorry, my camera's all over the place. I'm trying to do all this one-handed. But I mean, come on, man, you know. For a lot of us out here, we're struggling. A lot of us, since COVID, are out of work. A lot of us are literally almost starving. A lot of society has been fired or laid off, you know, or shut down due to COVID. A lot of bad things have happened this year to our communities. And if we can help each other by giving any kind of tips or advice, do it. If there's anything at all that you can do to help somebody else, you know, safely, try to do it. I mean, and that's why, you know, when he messaged me about doing the egg video after I did the first one on Facebook, he was like, won't you put it on your YouTube channel? I mean, you never know. There's always somebody out there who, you know, has never seen the way you do it, or does it another way, or hasn't never done it at all. And you can show them. And I was like, hey, all right, I'll try it. Look how fluffy. Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, that is delicious. Especially since I fried the bologna and the sausage in the grease first. So the grease that I cooked the scrambled eggs in has the flavor of the sausage and the bacon. Yum. Now another thing that I like to do, whenever you have kids and your kids don't want to eat plain old scrambled eggs, I have a little trick that my grandma used to do for me. And some people don't like it. Some people say it looks like this and it looks like brains and yucky. Don't knock it till you try it. Ketchup and scrambled eggs. I love ketchup and scrambled eggs. And there's that, actually, all my cousins do too. I mean, I put a lot of ketchup. You don't have to do that. But if you have a kid that you know likes ketchup and you want them to try to eat eggs, throw a little bit of ketchup on it. Or pancake syrup. Pancake syrup is really good in scrambled eggs. That's what I use to get my nieces and nephews to eat eggs when they were little. Pancake syrup. I mean, especially if you do like the homemade French toast. It's so good. Yum. That was delicious. Alright guys, well that was it. If you have any like other tips or experiences or you know, the way you do it, or if it helped you out, I mean, hey, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a comment. You know, hey, we accept everybody here. We accept everybody's opinions. It's all good. I'm about to go throw some of this Duke's mayonnaise on this bread and have myself a bologna, cheese, and egg sandwich. Yum. And I'm going to have these scrambled eggs with ketchup too. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.